Hello and welcome to the show. We are back at the top of Blizzard Mountain for some more Soapbox racing. This time around though, there were no restrictions on the car, aside from not using the glitch Titan for obvious reasons. It pushes everyone around, but yeah. Completely unlimited class of Soapbox racing, which has brought out some interesting vehicles. Some supercars, like my Ford GT, Maserati MC12. You've got the crazy track-based racing Ferraris, the FXXK, the F50 GT. But you've also got some other vehicles. An Isetta, going to fall over. Lamborghini Urus, Range Rover, and so on. BMW M4 here is an interesting one. This is the car that ended up second in the previous kind of Soapbox tournament, if you like. So seeing how that performs compared to the rest of us, because we're not sure there's really going to be much difference between that car and, well, the unlimited class vehicles, essentially. My hope with the Ford GT that I've gone for here, I'm happy to be in the first heat, is that superior grip from the car will enable me to get around the corners a bit better. I'm also hoping to get a better start. My Nismo Skyline that I used was very, very good, but it was so bad getting going, it took it so long to get up to speed that it really struggled. It meant that I was always in second or third after the start line, and that then meant I had a lot of overtaking to do, which is very difficult in, well, on this course. There is one, well, depending on your car, one potentially a second braking zone. The Cadillac CTS-V here has got off to a very, very good start. Me and the Ferrari got a little bit stuck with nowhere to go. The good news for my Ford is it is better off the line. It's right there with the BMW. I just need to, yeah, not get caught out. Now, I'm going to try and go around the outside of the ice. I'm not sure that it's particularly worth. You see, the BMW is going on the inside, but if you go too far on the inside, you hit the banking, and that suckers all of your speed away. Likewise, you don't want to hit the signs. And the leader does have to be a little bit of track sweeper around here. And that can at times be a little bit of a problem. We're going to have a go up the inside around this next corner. The problem is the more we fight, we're going to cost each other momentum, and that could play into the hands of the Ferrari. It is three cars. I'm not diving to the inside because I've seen how much momentum that can get away. You see, the BMW does get the position initially, but here comes the Ford. The Ford is going to be to the inside now. This is all helping the Cadillac. Got to be mindful. I think the Ferrari is full about. The Ferrari did get in trouble off the start line, and well, with Soapbox racing, you lose that bit of momentum, and you are in a fair bit of trouble. We've fought ourselves into attrition, and I think that's let the Cadillac get away, unless the Cadillac makes a big mistake around the hairpin. Oh, BMW! I couldn't carry my speed. BMW was a little bit more on the brakes than I would have liked to have been. That's killed all chance for me, I think, unless there is a big mistake into the final corner. Looks like I am going into the spanner final. So the top two from this heat will progress to a semi-final. The bottom two will make it into a spanner final, in which the top two can then progress to the semis. Nothing to give in the Ford. Yeah, I had to slow down so much to not run into the back of the BMW that all of my speed was gone. The Ferrari actually had a bad run through the final hairpin there around that penultimate corner. The Cadillac will take victory. It was a very, very hard-fought battle between all three of us. Ferrari got in trouble early on. We fought ourselves into attrition through the mid-part of the race, giving the Cadillac a victory. Well, the supercar and the track car are to the spanner final. Not very often you say that. However, in Soapbox racing, that is the case. Well, with one Ferrari already into the spanner final, our next heat has got the second of the crazy track cars, the F50 GT, going up against the Maserati MC12, the Lamborghini Urus, and the Isetta. On the other, the Isetta's got not got any launch. We thought the Isetta might struggle. Funnily enough, we were expecting it to struggle through the corners. At the start, I wasn't expecting it to be too terrible. However, yeah, there's nothing happening for that. The F50 GT is going to lead them away. The Urus up into second place, actually. I mean, it's kind of curious to see what the MC12 could do. I quite like the Maserati, I'll be honest. Quite like the Maserati. The Urus, of course, will have a lot of momentum behind it. It is a big, heavy car, but then there is an awful lot of weight to try and get through the corners, which we see prime example there, although the Maserati big sideways moment is all sorts of a wonky through the next turn. That's not going to have helped either of them through there. there, is it? As the Urus takes out the speed camera. That F50 GT is flying away. The Isetta is, it could be worse. It could be upside down. But that F50 GT is going to be one to watch. It has got a big lead. It is helped. We'll go for some cinematic shots. Oh, a little bit too close. That would have been a splatted drone. Try again. Cinematic drama shots of the F50 GT going through the slight snowy weather. Not a full-on blizzard. There goes the Maserati, followed by the Lamborghini. I get a little bit too close with my drone now. Trying to get too much drama shots. Where is the Isetta? Is it still going? Oh, there it is. It's still running. Yeah, Maserati and Lamborghini they're basically trying to fight each other too much across the insides of the corners, and that's why you just can't do the corner cutting with these, because you actually end up costing yourself more time trying to shorten the track. You really want to be staying on the actual road. The Urus trying to go around the outside. He's going to try and go for a cut back. It's now who has got the better run out of the hairpin. It's a valiant effort, actually. That's the closest I think we've seen to a proper full-on pass from the Urus right there. At that corner, I say. We've seen full-on passes elsewhere. The difficulty in doing a cutback is, yeah, you can get to the inside on the exit, but you tend to have lost all of your momentum. Maserati up in second place. Ferrari miles gone at the front. Unless there is a big mistake from that Maserati, I think. The Urus gave it a really good shot, and well done to the Lamborghini. Ferrari will safely make it through, and that is going to be one fearsome car to watch later on. The Maserati is going to be chasing the drone across. The Maserati will take second. Urus gave it a good old shot, but it couldn't quite get a pass done in the end. And the Isetta is going to finish. The Isetta is going to finish. But that's fourth, and that is very much a spanner final for the little bubble car. And, well, that's some rocks as well. And it's now... There we go. Rolled over. Mission complete. Well, after two eventful heats, it is a beautiful morning here at Blizzard Mountain for our third heat. Bugatti Veyron is competing alongside the the old Holden sedan, a Range Rover SVR, and an Audi Quattro. I don't think you can get four more different vehicles as they are off and underway. Range Rover gets the best start of the bunch. Audi has got a bit of a better secondary launch. They are both pulling away from the Holden. Veyron did not get a good start at all on the outside there as we run down towards. It is going to be the Land Rover that leads them away there. The SVR, the Veyron is going to look like he might move up to second place. Now the Bugatti is going to have to be careful here. He's going to, of course, be wanting to beat that Range Rover. Oh, he's carrying a lot more speed into that corner, but trying to get past is difficult, and here comes the Quattro. The Quattro might do the pair of them on the outside. That is a brilliant, brilliant piece of driving from the Audi, although he might cost himself a lot of time going over that snowbank. Yep, that's why you don't do that. That's why you don't run over the snowbank. It costs you so much time if you take that that line. The Veyron has now got the lead. Here comes the Holden. The Holden's going to get the pair of them. Just squeezes past on the inside. Gets a little bit of a shunt from the Quattro. Now the Range Rover's fighting back on the inside. Range Rover pushes the Holden wide. Audi's going to do a double pass once more. It's a three-way battle for second place. This is great news for the Veyron. He can run away and not be affected by any of this. In fact, look how far away the Bugatti has got. Because every time they rub together, every time they end up blocking each other, it's just costing them time. Range Rover is now to second place. Out. You see, the Quattro gets to the inside. The Quattro is definitely faster through the corners. The Range Rover, though, is getting, I think, perhaps a little bit better exits. I wonder if the Audi's running in a little bit too fast into some of these turns. The Holden's had a big moment somewhere and is out way too wide. Now the Range Rover can just block the road here. The Range Rover can just block the road, make it very difficult. The Quattro would have to go for a humongous dive. Now the Quattro is trying it. The Quattro is trying a big dive to the inside. Normally you end up so slow off the corner it doesn't work, but that time around, the Quattro, I think with a bit of a handbrake, the Quattro might have got that one done. Indeed, that is a very, very good pass. The Veyron over here is a mile in the lead. We'll just drop the drone down a cliff. There it is. Yeah, it looked in a bit of trouble briefly, but the Audi and Range Rover cost each other so much time that the Veyron will take a very, very comfortable margin of victory here. Kind of hard to gauge performance regards to the other vehicles in all of that. The Audi, brilliant pass at the hairpin. Don't see many passes sort of diving to the inside work there because you tend to struggle getting momentum off the corner. The Audi, though, did get the speed. Range Rover fought well to claim a third place. Could have been a qualification, automatic qualification for the semi-finals. The Holden was close for a little while. He made a mistake while battling and ended up out wide, lost all of that very important momentum. And then the Veyron plays around with its new toy, apparently. So, we have our semi-finalists sorted. Time for a spanner final, one in which I am going to be taking part in. Well, the spanner final is here on the grid. An interesting collection of vehicles. 2 SUVs, a classic Holden, a classic bubble car, a supercar, and a absurdly fast, rare, expensive track car. It's a FailRace video. That much is for sure. I do think out of this lot, me and the Ferrari are probably the 2 fastest vehicles as we get off and underway. I think I might have had a little bit of a sort of game lag and didn't quite get the horn as quickly as the rest of them. The Holden has got actually not a too terrible start. The Range Rover couldn't really go anywhere back there. The FXXK is going to take the lead. Now, I've got to get past this Urus quickly. I do not want to get stuck behind it because if we come to the hairpin, that Lamborghini is so wide that I will have a very, very tough time. I mean, in all honesty, if it can fight with the Ferrari, and again, much like me and the BMW did, fight themselves into attrition, that would be very helpful indeed. I do think the Urus is not too bad a car around here. I'm going to run through the ice if I can get enough. If you can get the right line, you can actually get away with that and not really cost yourself too much time because you're not actually going very fast through there. The Urus taking out some signs on his way. I'm now trying to just be as smooth as possible, cost myself as little time as possible through these corners because I need to get this move done. If we're going to make it to a semi-final, I need to get this move done quickly. I didn't realise the Lamborghini was going for the inside there. That's a little bit awkward for all of us. I didn't think he was going to have the grip to go to the inside of the FXX and thought I could do it, and I couldn't well, I could get alongside, but it cost me so much momentum. It's very much a 3-horse race here at the front of this field. I don't know what happened further behind. There's a big old gap back to the rest of the cars. I'm trying to sneak myself alongside. I was kind of there, and the Ferrari has... yeah, I can't go any more to the inside, and you can't go on the brakes. Oh, I think that might have cost me. We might have to go for the... see how much slower we are through that speed camera. We might have to go for that inside line. No, it's not going to work, I don't think, for either of us. Who has got the better run? I think it's going to be the Ferrari. I think I'm stuffed. The Land Rover might even get me. Yeah. I put my car on the inside and I couldn't get back out of it and got squeezed to the wall. We're going to get passed by the Range Rover because there's nothing that I can do about it. Well, there is one thing I might be able to do about it. We haven't really tried this line on the inside of the ice. I think you just take too tighter a line. It was worth a go, but you take such tight line that you can't get any speed off of the corner. I might have been better off trying to go wide at the hairpin up the top there. I think I probably would have been, but I think I would have just got stuck behind the Ferrari. I gave it a go in the end. I don't think the Ford perhaps deserved to go out. We were very unlucky in all of that. But that is the way of Soapbox racing. That is the way of Soapbox racing. The Range Rover was pretty capable as well. Had a very poor start, caught massively towards the end. Urus and FXXK will make their way into the semi-finals. My Ford sadly out. No idea what happened to the Holden and the Isetta. There goes the Isetta. The Holden's gone. We've lost the Holden. The Isetta's, I think, might be on engine power even through there. I don't know what happened to the pair of them. Not a good day. Not a good day over there. Well, our semi-finals are full. Sad day for the GT. On to our semi-finals. The first will feature the Audi Quattro, Cadillac CTS-V, Ferrari F50 and BMW M4. The snow is starting to... There's only a light flurry of snow. Not going to worry about a full-on blizzard. Actually, no, don't say anything stupid because the curse of the commentator will strike once more. We are off and underway. BMW gets a good start. Audi a little bit slow to react to that and going to be stuck on the outside of all of the battlings. CTS-V is actually a very quick starting car. That CTS-V has got a mega run. It is going to get the F50. Now, this is not what the Ferrari wants. The Ferrari is a very quick car, and perhaps from what we saw in the qualifying runs, a car that I would expect to be one of the fastest here. However, You don't want to see this sort of traffic ahead of you because it can be as quick as it likes through the corners. If it can't get past them, then that is going to be a very, very difficult time. Oh, CTSV having a big old lag moment. Thankfully, everybody has got away with it. CTSV, I think, got out of the way knowing he was lagging a little bit. And very sportsmanlike, and is going to drop to third. I mean, lost a place, but hasn't completely got out of the race and so on. BMW leads the way, but is being caught by that Ferrari. A little bit of a slower getaway, perhaps, for the F50. And now it is starting to really make gains. I wish I could fly the drone a little bit higher for some of these shots around the next corner. Look how close the Ferrari is getting. That F50 is a monstrous car. Into the next corner we go. Now, the top two will progress to the final, so they don't need to go and do anything stupid, of course, as much as you want to win a race. You don't have to go crazy in throwing your car up the inside and risk losing that position. When I was in the Spanner final, I had to, because I know I needed second place. I ended up falling back to fourth, but you have to go for those when you need to get a position to qualify. But these two don't need to do anything stupid. The Quattro is struggling a little bit at the back of it. It's still vague. It's within camera shot, but is a little bit further back. The Ferrari so quick through the hairpin, but so quick he gets himself into trouble. That's not good for the F50. Here comes the Cadillac. The Cadillac has got to the inside. The Cadillac has an absolutely mega run through that hairpin. The Ferrari had such a good run, he got himself into trouble on the back of the BMW. The F50's lost all of its speed as we head around the penultimate corner. CTSV trying to get to the inside of the BMW. Now this is where the Cadillac really doesn't want to do anything stupid. I think he lifts out of going for, or kind of turns out of going for any attempt to pass there. A little bit of a brush, but they get away with it. Oh, that is desperately unlucky for the F50. One of the cars that we were expecting to be right at the very front, but it will go out in the semi-finals. The Cadillac making the most of his opportunities. Very well taken. The Audi Quattro not quite able to live with the pace of these other cars. Yeah, the Cadillac saw its opportunity and went for it. The Ferrari has gone to bully its toy somewhere in the corner. It's not happy. Well, it is the M4 and Cadillac into the final after a, well, incredibly dramatic race. So, which vehicles are going to be joining the BMW and Cadillac in the final? Bugatti Veyron versus MC12 versus the Lamborghini Urus and the Ferrari FXXK in this one. I would expect the Veyron, perhaps, to be able to do well. Oh, bad start. I think the FXX didn't quite get its clutch right. Did get it going again, though. Hasn't actually lost too much time. And has got away with that one quite well. Of all the slightly wonky starts we've seen, this is the best recovery from the Ferrari. Here comes the Veyron. You see, when you're on that outside line, you get initially a little bit worse launch, but it then pays back as you get into turn two. The FXXK stuck on, trying to go around that Urus. Same problem I had, trying to find a way past the giant Lamborghini SUV. You need to do it quickly. You can't really get away with waiting longer down the course. Maserati in second place at the moment, just shadowing that Bugatti. I smacked my face on a cliff face. The Ferrari to the inside of the Urus. Looks like the best battle we're going to have, but it is for third place between the pair of them. Lamborghini into the speed camera is going to cost him a little bit of momentum. See, different cars choosing to take different lines to jump across there. The Maserati opting to go to the left-hand side of the bollard. Not sure that particularly helped him out through that one. The Veyron is leading, not the massivest of margins though. Ferrari gaining slightly on that Maserati. The Lamborghini is still very much within striking distance. Again, if the two ahead get into trouble, that's what you've always got to watch out. You've always got to be close enough to profit should the two ahead get into a strife. And with Soapbox racing, with sort of the massive importance on momentum, that one little mistake can really cost you a couple of quarters later. The Urus is going for it, looking for ways past. It's just so difficult to get those overtakes done. At the front, the Veyron is safely around the hairpin, as is the Maserati. In fact, they all get around there, although the Lamborghini, same mistake. Exactly the same mistake as the F50 GT made in the previous round. Tried to carry too much speed in, bumps the back of the Ferrari, and that suckers all of the speed out of the Urus. It's partly to do with a little bit wonky way Forza does collision physics. Unfortunately, kind of the car that in these sort of low speeds, the car that hits the back of the other one suffers a lot of a lot of sort of stopping momentum. You can't push cars in Horizon 3 anymore. The Veyron, though, will take victory to move on into the final. Maserati taking second place and will progress. The two vehicles that went through from the Ferraris are certainly having a go at that Isetta. Yet again, the vehicles that made it through the span, the Urus missed. Well played, little Isetta. You got out of the way of that one. Yeah, cars made it through from the Spanner final, couldn't qualify for the overall final. Well, we have our vehicles: Veyron, Maserati MC12, BMW M4, and Cadillac CTS-V. We'll let the Blizzard get out of the way first. So it is time for the final. Which of these four cars is going to be able to claim a victory? Watch for the Veyron. The Veyron got off the line very well last time. The initial stars, I think, might well go to the BMW. And indeed, as we get off underway, BMW does get a very, very good start in that one. The Veyron, though, is likely to come back. In fact, the CTS-V might be able to come back. Indeed, he does. The Cadillac is going to get to the lead through the second part of the course. Here comes that Bugatti. Maserati languishing a little bit further down the order to run through these opening corners. Veyron is clear into second place. Now it's all about the quarter speed through these. I mean, we're talking sort of 60, 70 mile an hour. We've got another Blizzard. This is the third Blizzard we've had trying to set this race off and underway. I think we're going to have to just roll with it now. The gods of Forza have decided that to the final we will have all of the visibility difficulties as the Bugatti and Cadillac swap some paint. It's come off slightly worse for that Cadillac. Lost a little bit of the old momentum heading down that corner. Bugatti starting to stretch his lead. BMW coming under threat from that Maserati. Can the MC12 get to the inside? I mean, he can do, but he's a little bit slow off the corner. BMW might be able to pounce on the Cadillac here to move up a position, but you don't want to clip the trees because that will cost you a huge amount of time. Now the Cadillac is to alongside, almost has some cross-traffic interference. Never had it, thankfully, in a Soapbox race. The Veyron is leading the way by quite some margin. Again, I can't get through the bloody trees. Helped massively by the huge battle that is going on behind. CTS-V, MC12 and BMW M4 are all vying for this second position. Up towards the hairpin we go. Bugatti very, very wide on the sensible line. CTS-V tried to make it work on the inside, couldn't do it. Maserati has got the best run of the lot of them, but he can't make anything quite work. There's just no space to go there. No space whatsoever, and I think the BMW is going to have got out of that corner the best of the lot of them. He's starting to pull away now a smidge towards this penultimate corner. There, though, are the headlights of the Bugatti Veyron heading up towards our final corner. Looks like the Cadillac and Maserati are going to have a close finish for second place. I'm trying to do different shots and getting into trouble with trees. The Veyron is going to claim victory at the Soapbox Racing. BMW gets second, Maserati claiming third ahead of the CTS-V. Good final race. Very, very good final race indeed. In fact, all of these, Soapbox Racing has been great fun. There have been some very, very close battles in all of this. The cars have vanished off into the Blizzard. There goes a Ferrari. As far as, well, the unlimited class goes, the BMW that was... there goes our winner. The victory celebration into a rocks. Well done. Good sir. The BMW that, you know, was second in the S1 class was second in the unlimited class. I'm not sure it makes a huge amount of difference, but admittedly there were a couple of cars that perhaps could have made it into the finals. Certainly I think the F50 GT was one of the fastest cars. Between the F50 and the Bugatti would have been very, very close, I think. The F50 unlucky in its race. That's how it can go in racing. I think my Ford actually did stand a fairly good chance as well, had we not got in trouble. We were fighting with the Cadillac and the BMW in our heat. So... yeah, the unlimited class, it made things interesting, made things a little bit different. However, I'm not 100% sure actually. Yeah, it makes a huge difference perhaps to the cars. Maybe the slightly higher grip of some of the real high-end supercars, track cars, and so on. If they can use it though, because if other vehicles end up in front of them, you can't carry that momentum through the corners. But there we go, as we continue with the horrible weather here at the well-named Blizzard Mountain. That is going to be it for this video, and we have a collection of, well, mounted cars, apparently. That Isetta is very stuck. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.